On April 21st, 2023, I posted this video on my channel, which has since accumulated over 290,000 views. And today we're going to talk about exactly how much YouTube has paid me for my first ever viral video. So hi if you're new here, hi if you're not. My name's Danielle. I personally find this content to be extremely interesting. Those of you who aren't new here should know by now that I'm a huge advocate for no gatekeeping. I believe that how much money is in my bank account doesn't impact how much money is in your bank account. And therefore, I am seeking to pull back the curtain a little bit as a relatively small creator here on YouTube. If you don't want to know the background on the impact that this viral video has had on my channel and you simply just want to know how much money I made, I've included the timestamps for this video down in the description below. So feel free to skip ahead. I want to give a big shout out to everyone who has joined me here on this journey, especially my channel VIP members. If you're interested in learning about my channel membership, you can click the join button down below. Please consider giving this video a big thumbs up and let's go ahead and jump right in. Okay, so if you watch my video here where I talk about how I plan my YouTube content, you know that I check the analytics after the first 24 hours, 7 days, and 28 days that I've posted a video. And essentially what this does is it allows me to check whether or not the new content I'm posting is performing in line or worse or better than previous content that I've posted. Now for full transparency, I fully understand that when I post business content here on my channel, it performs significantly worse than any other content on my channel. And that's because the majority of my audience is here for commentary content around scams and the business coaching and life coaching industry. They're not here to learn how to set up an email list. So when it comes to the video that we're talking about today in this video, you can see on the screen here that it performed relative to my regular content, kind of on par with my average views that I was getting around that time for the first 24 hours. But then if we look out to the 7-day forecast, you can actually see that it performs significantly worse than my other content, which again is totally fine and is something that I expect to happen every time I post a video related to business content that's not about anti-scam commentary. What I did not expect to happen, however, was this. On or around the 17th or 18th of May, 2023, you'll see here that nearly a month after I posted this video, the video hit the YouTube homepage and, well, the rest is history. You can see here that at that point, the video started averaging anywhere from 12,000 to 20,000 views per day. And it continued to perform that way for nearly 3 weeks. I was absolutely shook because you can see here that this video outperformed the highest ranking videos on my channel by over 100 times. And it has since accumulated over 2.8 million impressions. Now, this obviously also means that this is the highest paying video on my channel, which I'm going to get to shortly. But first, I want to discuss what this virality has meant in particular for my subscriber growth. So when I made the original video back in April discussing how much YouTube pay me for my first 30 days as a monetized creator, I had about 1,500 subscribers. By mid-May, when the video actually started taking off, according to my spreadsheet where I was tracking my week-over-week subscriber count, I had somewhere between 1,700 and 2,000 subscribers. And then after the video hit the YouTube homepage, I started to see anywhere from 200 to 500 new subscribers every single day, which is absolutely wild to think about. Like, I literally just remember back to January of this year when my goal for the entire year of 2023 was to reach 1,000 subscribers by December 31st. Things can change so quickly, it's actually unbelievable. And so if we take a look at my Excel spreadsheet here, you'll see that between the week of May 12th and 19th, I grew my subscribers at a rate of nearly 20% over how much I had grown the previous week. And then that 4x'd the next week when I more than doubled my subscriber count from one week to the next. And then from there, it continued to grow at a rate of nearly 30% per week. And at the time of filming this video, I'm sitting at about 8,300 subscribers, 6,500 of which you can see I accumulated over the past 28 days. And if we go into the stats of the specific video we're talking about here, you can see that 4,900 of those 6,500 came from that video alone. So that's like a 1 to 2% conversion rate of views to subscribers. So of course, that's all good and interesting, but let's go ahead and talk about the money. How much money did YouTube pay me for nearly 300,000 views? Drop your guesses in the comments. Drum roll, please. as of the day that I'm filming this video, my estimated revenue for almost 300,000 views is $1,981.49. Are you freaking kidding me? For context, my next highest paying video on this channel is $30. The irony to me about this whole situation is that I've made over 12 times the amount of money that I talked about in that actual video where I was discussing how much YouTube paid me for my first 30 days as a monetized creator. And thus begins the cycle of where I'm just going to continue to make videos talking about how much money I made for making videos about how much money I made. Just kidding, or am I? Now, let's talk about where this money came from. So again, if you watched my original video, you may or may not remember the part where I talk about which portion of my revenue was generated from which parts of YouTube. Because with monetization on this platform, there are multiple ways to make money outside of just AdSense. And so if we look at the stats for this particular video, you can see that of the $1,900 that I made, approximately 93% of that revenue came from AdSense. So it totaled a little bit over $1,800. You can see that my CPM, or cost per mil, which is how much the advertisers pay per 1,000 views, was $13.69 in comparison to the average CPM on my channel, which is closer to $13.01. Now, keep in mind, as a YouTuber, you don't take home the entire CPM. No. YouTube needs their cut. Instead, what you get is the RPM, the rate per mil, which is the rate you are charged per 1,000 views, which for this video in particular was $6.88 versus my channel average of $4.18. So it's interesting to me to see that though the cost for the advertiser was relatively close to what it is on my average video, I actually ended up making more money per 1,000 views. Why this is? I have no idea. Maybe someone who's smarter than me can tell me in the comments. Now moving on to YouTube Premium users. So if you're not familiar, YouTube Premium is a price users who watch YouTube can pay each month to not have to watch ads. Just like you would pay a subscription to Netflix, Disney Plus, Amazon Prime, it's the same kind of idea. I've actually been a YouTube Premium user for probably well over 4 years, and I cannot remember the last time I had to sit through a YouTube ad. And I cannot imagine having to sit through a YouTube ad. Now, keep in mind, I'm someone who watches like 3 to 4 hours of YouTube a day, so that's what makes sense for me. It might not make sense for you. I'd actually love to hear in the comments, are you a YouTube Premium user? Yes, no, why not? Anyways, on this particular video, YouTube Premium accounted for about 6% of my revenue, which was just over $118. Next, we have a super thanks, which is essentially a paid comment that someone leaves on the video, sort of as a tip. So thank you so much if you were someone who was generous enough to leave me a super thanks. After YouTube took their 30% cut, I ended up with $18.34, which totaled just under 1%. And then lastly, we have the portion of revenue which came from my membership. Now, I don't know if this is people who joined the membership while watching the video or what exactly this means, but either way, it ended up being about 0.1%. and a total whopping $2.11. So here's a complete breakdown on the screen if you're interested in seeing it all together. And while views on this video have started to slow down quite significantly than what they were doing like a month ago, I think it'll still be really interesting to watch this revenue grow month over month as like truly passive income here on this channel. Now, while the revenue I earned is all great and good, well, actually it's honestly quite incredible as someone who is a small creator. I am so grateful. I did, however, learn a few valuable lessons that I thought would be helpful to share with you, especially if you're an aspiring creator here on YouTube. Lesson number one being that just because a video that you hoped would perform well didn't perform as well as you had hoped in the beginning, not all hope is lost. Like I mentioned at the beginning of this video, that video in question actually hit the homepage an entire month after it was published. And I was not expecting that at all. And what I've learned from this experience is to actually take the time to go through my content and look at content that is performing significantly under par and play with things like the thumbnail, the title, the SEO in the description, and so on. A video that flopped is not doomed forever. I mean, after all, this is YouTube. Every video that you post is forever. I can't even count the number of times that I've watched a video only to realize that it was published 2, 5, 7 years ago. Now, the next thing I want to talk about, which is arguably even more important, is the fact that virality is not a strategy. Again, while I am so grateful that this happened, I mean, my revenue is up, my subscriber count is up, It's nice to see all of the time and effort that I've put into creating content is actually being rewarded. However, at the same time, I have to remember that this is all temporary. Counting on a video to go viral in order to grow your YouTube channel is not a sustainable strategy in the long run. In fact, your goal as a creator in the long term should be to foster an engaged and dedicated community versus just chasing fleeting fame. YouTube is a long game platform, and I really believe that focusing on creating valuable and meaningful content is the key to success on this platform. And while it does take a lot of upfront time and effort, I really believe that consistently creating content that is of high quality and speaks to your target audience is going to be the thing that allows you to foster this sense of dedication and community. And it's through establishing that connection that you're going to see long-term success, not through the unpredictable and often short-lived satisfaction of having a video go viral. And this point actually leads me into a very particular reason why having my video go viral kind of sucked. I think as creators, particularly on YouTube, but honestly probably on any social media platform, there seems to be this obsession with trying to grow a massive following. Whether it's 10K, 50K, 100K, a million subs, everyone's goal on YouTube is to have as many subscribers as possible. I mean, hello, guilty. I'm in the same boat. But here's the thing. At the end of the day, having a massive following or a large amount of subscribers isn't going to be the thing that pays your bills. In fact, there are numerous creators here on YouTube with large followings that barely make any money. And there are creators here on YouTube that have even smaller followings than me, and they make more money than I do. Shout out to my friend DC. You see, I could have 100,000 subscribers, but if those subscribers aren't watching my content, I won't be making very much money. And this isn't to say that we're all just here to create content on YouTube in order to get paid. But the point is, if you are a paid creator on YouTube and you want to make money and you want to continue to make money and you want to know how to make more money, you need to be focusing on things like views, viewer retention, view duration, versus just accumulating tons and tons of subscribers. And so while I have yet to see how this actually plays out for me on my channel for the long term, I am going to assume that of the 6,500 new friends that I made in the past month, only a portion of those people are actually going to be interested in my regular anti-scam commentary that I make here on my channel. Because while it is fun to make videos like this, I'm not going to turn my whole personality into how much money I make on YouTube. Anyways, I digress. Thank you so much for being here on my content creator journey. If you did enjoy this video, be sure to give it a thumbs up. Let me know what questions you have in the comments down below. Subscribe to my channel if you're not already, and if you're interested in learning how I plan my YouTube content, I will leave you with this video right here next. Bye!